Guys, this is Arius Sews. Welcome again to my channel. Let's make this beautiful kimono jacket together. First off, I started by folding my fabric into 4, just as shown, and then I proceeded to mark the length that I wanted. For this kimono, I'm using 36 inches and I added 1 inch seam allowance to that. So I'm just going to mark that length and add my seam allowance. After doing that, the next thing I did was to measure the neck for the back. I used 3 inches for the neck width and I used 1.5 inches for the neck depth, and I connected that together. For the front, the part that is going to carry the band, I measured 8 inches for the neck depth, and from that 8 inches I marked 1.5 inch all the way to the base of this kimono. I'm marking 1.5 inch because I'm going to use 2 inches for the band, and the 0.5 inch that is left is going to be the allowance that I'll use to join it together. So I'll just go ahead and roll that together and connect that 8 inches all the way back to the 3 inches for the neck width. After doing that, the next thing is to measure the shoulder, which is your measurement from the center of your back to wherever you want it to stop on your sleeve. After doing that, I just left the remaining part as an allowance because this will have a turn up sleeve. From the shoulder, I marked 11 inches down, 10 inches for how I want the sleeve to be, and 1 inch for allowance. So I just wrote that down, and I'm going to be taking the measurements on this line. So the measurement I'm using is the hip measurement divided by 4, and I added 4 inches to that. So I'm going to take that straight measurement all the way down to the full 36 inches. And when I was done with that, I just rolled it together and then connected the sleeve part to the straight part with a cuff. When I was done, I proceeded to cut it out just as shown. Please note that you cut out the neck for the back at this point. We're going to open this up to cut the neck. For now, just cut the neck for the back part just as shown. After I was done cutting the style lines as I've shown, I turned it in such a way that the front was separate from the back, and then I proceeded to cut out the neck for the front. After cutting out the front parts and opening it up, this is what it should look like. It should already look like a kimono jacket. The next thing I did was to measure the length of the opening of the front part all the way around through the neck to the other side. After taking the measurements, here is the band. I cut out 5 inches, and yes, the width is 5 inches, and for the length I just cut out the entire length of the ankara, which is about 45 inches. So I cut 2. I'm going to join it together. So once it's joined, I'm going to fold the 2 rough edges by 0.5 inch, and then I'm going to fold it at the center, so it's going to give me the exact 2 inches that I need. Here's what the band looked like after I was done pressing the 2 sides and pressing it together. So the next thing now is to attach this band to the front part of this kimono. Please just watch closely as I attach this. It's pretty easy. I have a lot of tutorials on my channel about how to attach a band to kimono like this. So I'll just open the band up, place the main fabric, the main bodice in the middle of the two folded edges and pin it down. Just watch. It's actually easy to understand and very easy to do. After pinning, I went ahead to sew it, and here is what it looked like after sewing. So the next thing I'm going to be working on now is the turn up at the sleeve side. Just watch closely, please. So the 4 inches that was remaining that I used as the allowance, I'm going to mark it and I'm going to fold that like this. I'm going to fold it. I'm going to open the fabric to the wrong side. This is the wrong side now. So I'm just going to fold it as if I'm folding like the normal sleeve. After pinning it down, I'm going to go ahead to sew it down. I'm going to do this to the 2 sides of the sleeve. So here I've sewn it. Just watch the flat parts. I'm just going to turn it up to be in the middle. Just watch. The flat part is just going to be in the middle now. So I'll just keep flattening it out like that. You can rewatch this part, but it's pretty easy. Just that flat part, I'm just going to be folding it up. It's going to be in the middle, and so naturally the turn up forms on the upper part. I'm just going to pin that down and make sure that I give it a very good press. After securing the turn up design, I went ahead to match the sleeve together just as shown, and I ran a stitch of the 1 inch allowance all the way down. But at the base of the kimono, I left about 1.5 inches, about 1.5 to 2 inches. I left that because the front will be hemmed separately, the back will be hemmed separately. The 2 sides of the front will be hemmed separately and the back will be hemmed separately. That's because this kimono has drawstrings at the side. So after hemming the base, here's what I have, and then I went ahead to close up the remaining space at the 2 sides. The next thing is these are strips of fabric that I'm going to use to make the ropes that I'm going to be inserting into the sides. So it's just about 1 inch wide and it's just very long because I need 4 ropes. To determine where I wanted the drawstring to start from, I measured 15 inches, which is this person's half length from the shoulder. So I marked that 15 inches and I opened the sides up like so. Then I went ahead to just fold it in a little and I ran a stitch on both sides of the seam just as I'm indicating. I did this to this side and I also repeated the same thing to the other side. So here I'm using a safety pin to fix the rope into the casing that I've created with the seam. So I'm just going to insert the casing and I'll show you how to lock it at the upper part. Remember that the upper part is still open. It's open. I didn't stitch it down. So just watch. The way I stitched this side down and inserted the ropes, I've also done that to the other side. Now let me show you how to lock it. So just see where the 2 edges of the rope are showing. I'm just going to run a stitch over it like so. Once that is secured on both sides, the kimono is basically ready, and this is what it looks like. Look at the turn up, it's so flat and so fine. This is what it looks like. I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to like and share. God bless you. Thank you.